Hello everyone, welcome back, JavaMentor.net here. In today's video, we will learn how to call external applications from our own Java application, and we will use Spring for that. First of all, let's explain what I mean when I say we will call external service. Well, sometimes we need to call another Java application to obtain data, or another service totally, some service from the internet. For example, we want to invoke Google, we send a request to Google from our own Java application, and then Google give us some data, and then we use that data in our application. Or we can send requests to any other, not only to Google, but maybe to Amazon, to Facebook, or to any other service. For that reason, I created a new Java application that will act as an external service. So this demo application will be totally independent Java application, which we will totally separately run on local machine, but regardless, it's totally separate application. First of all, I created Spring Boot application. I just added the web dependency, nothing unusual. Because we will start this external application and our own application on the same machine, I had to change port on this demo application. So demo application has different port than our main original application. And this demo external application will only expose one endpoint, books. Get books, and that endpoints will return this book has this number of likes, and so on and so on. It will return list of books, and I'm not doing any database stuff or something like that. I just hard-coded 2 books, and I'm returning those 2 books every time from this endpoint. Then I started this application, and we can try to invoke this application from our Postman. If we change here port to 8081, that's port of our application, we try send, we will receive 2 books. Now, first interesting thing to notice, I'm not sure if we talked about this before, is that here we are returning a list of objects, and here in the Postman we see some string, some JSON string. So it must be that there is some converter that is converting this list of objects to that string. And there is. In the Spring, there is embedded converter which is called Jackson. That is a library that Spring embeds, and whenever you return, I don't know, list of book response, it will transform your response to JSON. Jackson is a JSON library, converting objects to JSON and from JSON to objects. Let's try from our application to hit that external application. So first of all, for that purpose, we will use this REST client. And this REST client is coming with Spring Web. So when we introduced that dependency that is giving us this annotation for get mapping, for REST controller, we got this REST client for free. First of all, we need to say where is our external application located. And that's what this base URL is all about. It's on our machine, localhost, and this is the port. Okay, we can say some other things here. For example, with every single request that you want to send to that external application, you want to put this header with this value. I don't know, something like that. So, and then whenever you call any method with this client, this default header will be sent. But we don't want default headers for now. It's important to realize that this is creation of the client, which means that all communication that goes through this object will use this base URL, or will use that header or something like that. Now we want to create a specific request. We are saying client, we want get method, and this is the URL of the get method, /books. Then we say, okay, invoke this /books, and this is when you receive the answer will be in string format. You will receive JSON, right? But as you can see here, we have a list of what we are receiving, list of books. How to convert that string JSON into list of objects? Well, this REST client has JSON embedded in the same fashion that Spring has, because this is actually Spring class, right? Now we only want to say, okay, you want to convert that string to what? And here we're specifying we want to convert it to list of book responses DTO. I should mention that here every response has two fields, book ID and number of likes. I included getters and setters. And here also I created book response DTO. This class will mirror the JSON. So if there is a field called book ID in the JSON, we need to have book ID here, a book ID field here. If there is field in the JSON that has this name, then we have this field in this DTO. We are able to, let's just give it a try to see if it works. Okay, let's first switch back to our main application. So we are hitting our main application, not demo application. So we are hitting /books because that's what is specified here. And we try send. And here we are in the breakpoint. And we see that list really contains two elements. The two elements that we specified in our external application. As you can see here, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's the same here. Okay, so our code works. And that's basically it. I mean, our code works. We have a very simple code. If you want to include some, let's say some header with every single request, then you need to alter this one. So for example, here, as I showed you before, you can either include one or multiple default headers. If you want to include header on a specific request, then you need to go here and you should say header and then put header. If you want to pass, let's say, first of all, this is get method. If you want to invoke post, then just change this to post, right? And also, let's say that you want to send body, then oh, there is no body method. Very weird. But take a look at this. If we change this to post, then we have body and we can pass something here in the body. Why post has body method and get doesn't? Because it's a very bad practice to send body through the get method. You can do that, you can try that through Postman, it will work, but it's against the contract, HTTP contract, and it's a very bad practice. That's the reason why in this client of Spring they included body method only with post. I should mention that this stuff shouldn't be done inside the controller. This stuff should be done inside some service. Let's say here. I just put that code for a second in the controller just to show you how that works, but controller are meant only for exposing things. So you're exposing endpoint, maybe you're manipulating headers, status code or something like that. Everything else, calling external services, whatever, it's done not in the controller, but sometimes in the service, sometimes in some domain related classes, but certainly not in the controller. Okay, but what if we need this on multiple places, in multiple services? Can we do something like this? Private REST client, and then that we have this REST client as a dependency in a very similar fashion like book repository. Book repository is a bin, if you remember correctly, Spring bin. So we want to configure on one place this REST client, and then we want to use it on many other multiple places. In the next tutorial, let's see how to do that. Let's see how to configure REST client using Spring. See you in the next video.